Hello, I appreciate you checking out this unboxing and setup of the DF452iX 4500 watt dual fuel inverter generator with remote start. The first thing you need to do is flip that box upside down and cut the tape and the straps. That way you can roll it back over and lift the box off the generator instead of lifting the 100-pound generator out of the box. On the top, you'll find an owner's manual with a few basic hand tools, which will be all you need to get the generator up and running. You have a funnel extension, and a 12-volt USB adapter. Your remote control is attached to the top handle of the generator. This generator has 4,500 watts of surge output. It has 3,500 watts of continuous output running on gasoline and 3,150 watts when running on propane. On gasoline, that's 29.2 amps, which makes this a perfect generator for a 30 amp travel trailer. It has a TT30R plug right on the front, so you don't need any kind of adapter when hooking it up to your 30 amp travel trailer. On the front, you have your panel, which includes your data meter showing your load percentage, your fuel level, voltage output, hertz, oil warning light. It's got your CO watchdog, parallel connectors, remote pairing button, stop start button, 12-volt plug, propane port, your TT30R plug, your regular household plugs, eco mode switch, battery switch, fuel knob, as well as your reset buttons for your circuit breakers. You'll find a ground lug here as well. The handle flips up from the bottom and the wheels are on the back. Now on the top you'll find a quick start guide which you can follow through to help get your generator up and running. Alright, let's take a look at this propane hose. It has a standard connector that will connect to a 20, 30, or even 100-pound propane tank, and the small end connects to the brass port on the front of the generator. Now let's roll this thing up onto its back and remove the mounting plates used for shipping. So you're going to take these nuts off and remove those little red plates, and you can set those aside because you won't need those from this point forward. On the bottom you'll also see you have 4 rubberized legs that will support the generator when it's sitting flat on the ground. They stick down slightly further than the wheels do at the rear to provide support. Now it's time to add oil. I went with the 5W30 synthetic as it covers the most temperature ranges for operation. Remove the cover so you can see the dipstick and the oil drain location. It has a drain hose for when you're changing the oil. I'm going to go ahead and install a magnetic dipstick, which I ordered on Amazon. This has a magnetic tip on it. That way it will collect any ferrous metal that may come from inside the engine during the break-in period and keep that from circulating in your oil inside the engine. Remove the orange dipstick that is in the engine block and put your funnel in there and start adding oil. This engine holds 18.6 ounces of oil. You're going to fill it until it's about halfway up the bottom threads of the oil fill hole. Periodically check the level as you add oil so you know when it's full. If you follow the instructions, you'll be changing your oil after 8 hours of break-in, and then after 25 hours, and then after that you will change your oil every 50 hours. Once it is at the proper level, reinsert your dipstick and hand tighten. Then replace your side cover after tucking away the drain hose. Once you get the cover installed, it's time to add some gasoline. So remove the cap on the fuel tank. The fuel tank on this generator is 2.2 gallons, which will provide around 8.5 hours of runtime at a 50% load. I'm going to add about 1 gallon of fuel here for this initial setup. Replace the fuel filter cap. Next thing we're going to do is connect the battery. So use a coin and a screw to remove the front cover. Disconnect the rubber strap that holds the battery in. This is going to be your negative side of the battery that is facing outward. Use the rubber strap to help pull the battery out. Work your cable around the top of the battery so you can get that easily connected. Using the supplied screwdriver, remove the screw on that terminal and feed that screw through your cable connector, and then tighten that back up. Once you're done tightening that, replace the little rubber cover over that terminal and tuck your battery back up into the compartment. Once you've done that, pull the rubber strap down and hook it to the bottom of the compartment, and then reinstall the cover. Use a coin to rotate the screw into the lock position. Flip your battery switch to the on position and rotate your fuel knob to run. Press the start button. The engine will automatically choke itself and continue to try to start until it begins to run. Being this is the first startup, it will take a few tries until there is enough fuel in the carburetor for the engine to run. Now that the engine has started, you can see on the display that there's 0% load, half a tank of fuel, and it's running at 123.9 volts at 60 Hertz. I'm going to flip this over to eco mode and then do a walk around. The generator is extremely quiet, and in eco mode it will produce 2,625 watts of power. Now your remote control should be paired to the generator from the factory, but if it's not, flip your battery switch to on, press the remote pairing button, and you will see a single red flash on the start-stop button. Then press and hold the on and off buttons on the remote simultaneously, at which point you will see 4 flashes of red on the start-stop button, indicating that the remote is paired. To start the generator, press and hold the on button on the remote and the generator will start. And to shut it off, press and hold the off button on the remote and the generator will shut down. I will be making several more videos around this generator, including an oil change and one with some load testing, and I will also have a video on how to use propane and gasoline and how the generator decides which fuel it's going to be running on. I appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a great day.